a big part of me being on live driving. Why? What's up, beautiful people? What's up? What's up? What's up, beautiful people? Friday. God, it got here fast, but I'm excited about it. Because it's Friday night, Justice's cocktail hour and combo. Yes. Oh, man, it's a mess out here today. But guess what? It's a blessed mess. Still grateful. It's raining, guys. It's not as cold. It's about 34 degrees. It's well, you can say it's good and it feels like 34 degrees because you know what's going to come soon. But I'm out here with a sweatshirt on. But it's raining. Good morning, good morning. It's raining pretty nasty. I don't know how long my live is going to stay because I got up this morning and it was, I don't know, it could be YouTube or it could be the weather. I don't know. I'm getting used to doing lives in different environments, so I'll find out how good it works and how bad it is. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Miss G. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Doris. Good morning. Yeah, guys, it's a nasty one. It's dreary, cloudy, raining. But it's all good. It's Friday. All I gotta go do is knock this one out. It's dress down day. I'm not seeing anybody. So I get to sit in my office with my sweatshirt and my sweats on today. That's about the only day we get really dressed down. So I'm just gonna be doing a lot of paperwork in the office today. Good morning, people. Good morning, beautiful people of the world. Welcome in. I'm in a good mood this morning. Very good mood. I hope you guys are in a good mood. Yeah. Gotta brighten it up. If the sun don't shine, that means I gotta shine. Ain't no sun out. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine. I don't know that song. I think I do know the song, but I don't know the words. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Away, yay, 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 yay. What's up? What's up? Good morning, Port City. Port City, when I think of you, when I say your name, I think of home. Port City. Yeah. Anytime I see that name, I think of home. Port City. Catherine Cody says, good morning, everybody. Port City says, good morning, everyone. Adrian Jones says, good morning, Justice. You sound better. Yeah, I'm not as nasal as I was last night. I had to turn the steam on in the bathroom. And that kind of helped also, kind of got some hot water steam going. And I think as soon as I did that, I started clearing up. So it could have just been a moment, but I'm glad it's moved on. But I was really kind of stuffy last night. I was kind of afraid that I was going back in that direction. Terry Cota says, it seems to get worse at night. You know, I do notice that when I do get sick, I feel most of the symptoms at night, especially when it's involving the respiratory system. Yeah, especially when it's involving the respiratory system. Yeah. Got that fresh cut. Let's see. Yeah, so yeah, got that going on. What's going on in the news on the YouTube streets? Inclusion Guru had a post. Oh, very interesting post. I hope you guys go see her community post. Very interesting. Look like there's some interest, but we just got to get pointed in the right direction. Tell you what, Yeah, Inclusion Guru. Check her out. Check her post out. Check her video out. Very interesting information. Like I said, it's some traction. It's some traction going there. So it's just a matter of time. People are interested. People are looking. So yeah. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? Good morning, Heath. Good morning. I said Doris, Miss G, Trace, Terry. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, it looked like some traction is being gathered. People are pointing in the right direction. I checked this morning, talking about waving the white flag and stuff, but them pictures and videos still up there. So I guess a white flag don't mean anything when you're still got the same behavior going. Laverne Green says, good morning. Welcome in, Laverne. Welcome in. Yeah. So, there's an attempt to wave a white flag, but when you still got the same things going on sitting in your post, it don't mean anything. That white flag don't mean a thing when you still got the things out there that are motivating people and your cult. So, good morning, Lady D. Jung. And then you still got people slamming, coming in and popping up on people's pages, saying things. I had somebody visit me yesterday from the Blue Squad, Purple Squad, and the Cult Squad leader, and made some remarks in reference to being gay, or not even being gay, just derogatory statement, he, shim, or whatever guy. I'm over 50-something years old. Let me explain something to you. You see this? This leather. Ain't nothing you can say. This skin I've been through a lot, the type of field I've been in, work I've been in. There is nothing you can say about my being gay. How long have I been gay? How long have I been on this world? 58 years? 58 years. Yeah. 58 years. So what you think you can say to me that somebody else hadn't said in 58 years? What you got new? You got to think about it. What do you have to say that is new that you can say to me at my age that can hurt me about my sexuality? Now, what offends me is when you go after kids. That's offending me. That's what offends me. You can come at me all day about my sexuality. You gonna, and no, I don't say I allow it. But here's the deal. I can fight for myself. But when you go after kids, that's a whole different battle. So coming over here calling me he, shim, sir, ma'am, whatever you want to call me, hey, knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. Been doing this too long. And a word I probably hadn't been called. Being in my lifestyle, being in my life, being who I am. If you think calling me a sir gonna bother me, think again. You think calling me all these other names gonna bother me? Is it disrespectful? Yes. Can it be hurt for a time? Probably so. But you think you're gonna stop it? No. Not at all. Been doing this too long, living this life too long, to let you think you're gonna come over here and shut it down on calling me a he, she, or whatever. Think again. But what we're not gonna do is allow you in the purple cult to attack kids. That's not what we're gonna allow you to do. I can fight all day for myself. I can fight from the paper and the phone and this YouTube streets and whatever platform I can. But what you're not going to do is go after kids. So pick your battle and pick it well. Good morning. Good morning, Brittany Allen Bass. Good morning, Brittany Salles. Good morning in chat. Twyla Fields says good morning. And chat, I agree with you. Waving the white flag means nothing if you haven't change behavior, most definitely. You can wave a white flag all day. Come on, lady. If you're going to go, I hate when they do this. Don't ride along with me if you see me want to come over. I'm sorry, guys. Ooh, that's not road rage, is it? Yeah, waving a white flag and still doing what you're doing doesn't work. Waving the white flag is essentially the point that I'm doing something, in my opinion, I need to either change what I'm doing. What am I waving the white flag about? Or you waving the white flag because you're saying, well, I want to quit, but white flags coming from good stuff. Waving the white flag comes with some conditions. Here are the conditions for your white flag. Take down them posts. But you wave the white flag and then you do your insults from the chats again. You see what I mean? She waves the white flag and then go in from her chat and then use the chat to do the attack mode and start reading stuff. That white flag don't mean anything. How you gonna wave a white flag and then do what you do in the next 5 seconds? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And still laughing at what you did and not taking accountability and want to wave a white flag. No, ma'am. You lied at the moment you waving a white flag. How you gonna do that? Good morning, Dorothy Burns. Terry Cody's called being proud of the skin I'm in. Yep, I ain't got but one skin. And I'm proud of it. And it's thick. And it's leather. It's been through a lot. It's been worn. It's been battered. And it's been through a lot. So ain't too many things that you can say about me personally and my lifestyle that gonna get me off the hinge. But you get a response, yes. But I'm always gonna be proud of being who I am, proud of me. So yeah. So when you purple coat eater or anybody else think that calling me a name directly is going to get you any points, think again. I'm on the other side of that. Good morning from North Carolina, Gayla Edwards. Welcome in. Dorothy Burns, another form of manipulating those she thinks is smarter than her. Those she thinks is smarter than. You know what? She is so pressed about that. She thinks, in my opinion, she thinks about money and views. That's what she's using. And that's the only thing that she has to talk about. I haven't made any money off Facebook, of YouTube. That little bit of change sitting there, still sitting there. What money? What money? What money? No. Views, what views? Who cares? Why should you be so concerned about somebody that only get 100 views to 500 views up to 500 views alive? Why should that be so concerning? I mean, that's ridiculous. Why would you be concerned if you can pull in 1,000 views or 800 views per live? Why should you be even concerned about a little channel like mine or any little creator channel? Anybody? You're pressed that people are. It's not that. I think you're more pressed that people are calling you out on who you are. Good morning, Kimberly Gilliard. I think that's the issue with the deflection. Let me get an extra large hot coffee. Let me get almond milk and 2 Splendors. Do you have any cranberry muffins this morning? Let me get 1 cranberry muffin, please. And that'll be all. Thank you. Yeah. Gotta get my morning Joe. Yeah, so basically, it's about deflecting, pumping the purple juice once again, and then telling people it's about her views and whatever else is going on, and it's not. That's that one track mind. They can't get beyond the fact that people are talking about your behavior. Nobody's talking about views or anything else. We're talking about your behavior. I mean, when do y'all not get it? When did they not get it? But I like that letter that Inclusion Guru posted this morning. You guys, be sure to go read it, because if you were not in here a few minutes ago when I mentioned the letter that is pointing Inclusion Guru in the directions that she needs to go into, I'm saying good work, Inclusion. Good work. Because what they don't understand, it may not result in what they think they're thinking, but it will result in people taking a look and a closer look at them. Uh, though she thinks she's smarter than, typing too fast. That's okay. I'm right there with you. That happens for me too. That happens with me too. Teresa Johns, welcome in. Kimberly Gilliard, Dorothy Burns, Beautiful Blossom says, good morning, Miss Madelle. Madelle, good morning. I didn't even see you in here. Good morning, Madelle. Beautiful Blossom, be careful out there. It's raining hard in Illinois. Yes, it is. You in Illinois, beautiful? You in Illinois this morning? Yes. I am. I'd rather the rain than what could be out here right now, and that's that snow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, no white flag over here. No white flags over here. Even though she's waving at certain people, I don't care. Ain't no white flag over here. As long as that picture stay up there, as long as that video stay up there, no white flag accepted on this part. Because they think they slick. They think they're smarter than the average bear, and they're not. It's sad when you got three people sharing one brain cell. Even the one that's supposed to be smart ain't smart. Even the one that supposedly went to school, supposed to be smart, and she just, in my opinion, yeah, not too smart. I'm like, you gonna get a lot of practice in court defending your mama every week. You're gonna get a lot of practice. You're gonna be well seasoned in no time. How did you become famous? Defending my mom. And Twyla feels to hurt, but her envy and jealousy has no respect of person. It's all about view and numbers for her. She wants to be diva and dictator of YouTube streets. I mean, in my opinion, that's what it looks like. She wants the respect of YouTube, but you can't get something that you don't give. You can't build something on disrespect. If there's a census that what you're doing is improper, and you don't have the moral turpitude or the understanding that what you're doing is hurting people, then you don't care enough. You want people to believe that you have compassion, and there is none. Because if you had compassion for me, once again, you would understand what you did was wrong, and what you're doing is wrong, and you don't have that understanding. You think because I can, I will. And that's how I'm thinking about what I'm doing right now, because I can and I will. But you don't have the compassion to understand why people are doing what they're doing and saying what they're saying. And that's why people are, saying, giving you feedback, and you don't like it because it's not to your taste. It's not to your taste. You want it to be your way. You want the responses and the reaction to be favorable to you. You want all the understanding, all the compassion in the world, but you give none. You give no compassion. You give no understanding. You give no one. You don't give no care. What you put out there, you think is care and compassion, and it's not. Nothing you have done in the past few months has shown any type of compassion toward anybody. Not at all. You think it's about views. You think it's about money. That is your only thing. You don't hear anything else. Welcome in, Regala Woods. Regala says, good morning, Kimberly and Twala. Regala Woods says, good morning, beautiful Miss Medell. Regala Woods says, good morning, Justice and Chad. Good morning, everybody. It's still a great morning. As cloudy as it is, as rainy as it is, it's still a good morning. It's one of those mornings where, you know what? You just want to roll over one time and just go, oh, what a beautiful morning. I get to lay in the night this morning and just chill a little longer in my bed. But for those of you that get to do that this morning, enjoy. For those of you that get to spend Friday morning, and if you're in a lot of rain or whatever's going on in your neck of the woods, enjoy. Yeah, really enjoy. Looking forward to the night. 7 o'clock p.m. Justice Cocktail Hour, bringing convo and the beverage of your choice. Dorothy, hi here. It's been in the 80s. Where you at, Dorothy? I forgot. Where are you coming from? Florida? Gotta be Florida. 80s. Gotta be somewhere in Florida. Maybe out there, I don't know. Las Vegas? Mississippi in the 80s. Wow, then you guys just got through some big storms just recently? A lot of rain and tornadoes in that area? I got family in Mississippi. I said Gulfport and Hattiesburg. Yeah, I got family over there. So yeah, guys, I'm just pulling in, parked. Oh, Mary Day, welcome in. No, she was saying that it was 80 degrees in Mississippi. I told her I got family in Mississippi, Hattiesburg and Gulfport area, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, I guess I'm just bumping my guns. Oh, Mary Day, you see you live in Gulfport. Okay. So yeah, I'm just bumping my guns this morning. I don't accept the white flag, even though it may not be waved in my direction. Still not accepting it. And that's it, Justice. She's hurting. She has not properly grieved. She doesn't see that she's calling grieving, giving guidance has become bullying and mockery to LA and others. Dorothy Burns says she's in Gaudier. Twyla Field says good morning, Regala. Grieving process, guys, is a long process. And people grieve differently. They grieve at different points in their life. You know, that part, pain and hurt, sometimes it comes out in different ways. I don't know if I will say what she's doing is based on her grieving. I just don't know that. I just don't know. I'm not sure if that's a behavior. If that's a behavior that's coming from life experience as a child coming up. I don't know. And if it is, the grieving process, the type of grieving can cause what's happening. I don't want to go into what it's. I don't think it's that. There's a type of grievance called complicated grief, and I don't think I see complicated grief. Um, I don't know exactly. I can't make any diagnosis. That's not what I do here. So I'm not going to do that. I'm a regress. I choose not to do that. So no. So I'm not going to do any diagnoses. I'm just going to take it for what it is right now, and that's a person that is not taking any accountability for their behavior. They acknowledge behavior. They say that they're going. When you make a conscious decision to carry on your behavior, that's a little different, right? There are things that we do and we're not conscious about, and then somebody yank your coattail, and then you say, okay, let me rethink that, right? Let me think about that. That doesn't mean you have to change, but you consider your behavior. What we see is an adult that has decided to continue a behavior, to acknowledge the behavior, to carry out the behavior, and because there is support for the behavior, they feel more encouraged, and because they have find a source of people that they have identified as followers. See, we have supporters and then they're followers. And then you have what is like cult-like, because you have identified these people as like-minded, more than like-minded. They're more than like-minded. They're one-minded. And when I say one mind, there is no other thinking going on other than what comes from the leader. No matter what there's nobody challenging the leader. The only people that are challenging the leader is the ones that have left and said, you know what, I saw something wrong. But as long as there's no challenge, and as long as everybody is on one knee doing this, she is good. There's nothing else that you can say or do will convince a cult to change their behavior. Jail will not even change that behavior. The threat of death won't even change that behavior of a cult. Remember, if you know the end results of most cults, what happens in the end? If you remember Waco, Texas, what happens in the end? If you remember the cult that had the moon cult, the one that believed that something was going to land, some spaceship was going to come. If you remember Jim Jones, those cults do not change their behavior. They stand on what they believe. And once they got a following, and once the cult leader has established a following, those followers, no matter how big or small. So when we think of cult, guys, we don't have to think about 50, 60 people or 1,000 people like Jim Jones or something massive. Cults can be small, a small following. All you have to do is have people that are not thinking, and the only person that's thinking is the cult leader. And as long as the cult leader is giving them what they desire and need to exist, that's what you have. And no matter what that cult leader does, you're not going to change that. Have you ever seen a cult leader change their position? Name one. Waco, Texas. I believe it's Waco, Texas, that one guy where everybody burned up in their homes. Most people changed and tried to get out in the end after they realized they didn't want to be barbecued. That wasn't nice. After they know they didn't want to be burned, but they attempt to kill those people that's trying to leave. So a cult don't let you leave willingly. Okay? And if you do leave because of social media is a different type of form, you're going to get harassed, you're going to get threatened, you're going to be ostracized, you're going to, but the more stronger the following becomes, the more dangerous become. Because look at what the people are saying, okay? Welcome in, Vicky Gay Harris, welcome in. Regilla says, howdy, Dorothy Burnsfield. Great to have someone from the neck of the woods. My sister live in Gauthier Stone Gate. Vicky Gay O'Harris says, are you telling the truth? Mary Day Jim Jones. Yeah, because if you look at the how it works, the nucleus That one thought, that one person can have so much influence over multiple people. And at some point in time, they don't even see wrong. They just see do. Um, yeah, they fall in line. They're not going to question her. So whatever fragment that she has, whatever segment of people that she has following her, they're not going to change. And she's not going to change her manifest. She's not going to change the behavior. That's why that picture is going to stay up there, because if she has to at any point show that she can fold, like she's waved to fight the false white flag, that was a form of manipulation. Trust and believe they probably had that conversation before they even went on. They probably already met and said something about this before. So the behavior is not going to change. She has counsel that tells her the behavior don't have to change. So you have the cult council, right? And remember I told y'all about the 4 horsemen that ride with the cult? I've never revealed their names, but they make their appearances on there. They're not there often, but they make their appearances. And that's again reinforcement. You have reinforcement there. And as long as there's reinforcement and that behavior from the daughters, and then the 3, let me see how many horsemen's left. 1, 2, 3. And the 4 horsemen, she ain't gonna change. Because she got a council. And that council is gonna stand behind her. Trust me, there is some organization. And if y'all pay attention to some of the players in the organization and their ranking and how they move up the rank, y'all know the players. And they all got microphones. Y'all hear them. They're out there. Y'all hear them on a right now. There's one more moving up the rank. See, and you see how they move up the rank, right? Watch the rank. And there's one more moving up the rank very quickly. Then there'll be a count of, let's see, 1, 2. No, one is missing. One I haven't heard from in a long time. I don't know what happened. That one has fallen off, but I really don't follow the council. I don't follow the council. So there is a council that provides her support to being her daughter. But there's a council, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's actually 5. One coming up the ranks, but one is missing in action. I haven't seen in a long time. But yeah, there's a council of support. And they're the one that also pump the Purple Juice and keep the Purple Juice Express going. And if you got that going, I mean, she's not going to change. She'll come out here and try to manipulate and try to change the narrative, but they're not going to do anything else. So that's what it is. Guys, you see it. You see it every day. Y'all don't believe it's cult-like behavior? Look up the word cult. Look at the organization. Look how it's moving. Look what it does. And look at the reinforcement style. Look at the reinforcement style. Look at the type of stuff they do. With no remorse, with no care. In my opinion. Look how the people come out and swing at people. And then run back in. Look how they move as a unit. Let a page come on that they think they want to try to invade. Watch how that unit move. They have meetings. They talk about the stuff. Y'all don't think they be talking? Now, I know people still monitoring them from the inside, but y'all don't see how they move as a unit. They're people that they're getting information out to each other, and it's not going through the sister circle. They have a new way of communicating with each other. It could be through mass text. Uh, so they do have a way of communicating outside of the sister circle, in my opinion. When you can move as a unit like they did that day, when they tried to swamp people's page and nobody caught it through the sister circle, then they're communicating other ways. They found a way to communicate and get things organized. That was an organized effort. Look at the way they moved in and moved out. Look how they look how organized that was. That was so fast. Mary Day says Twitter. Um, Mary Day, welcome in. Dude, I saw that they will come out and tell her you did nothing wrong. Yeah, they will come out and say you did nothing wrong, and that's all she needs. But even if they tell her, she doesn't believe it. She will. You can't tell a leader that doing anything wrong. They're not going to shake their belief. She's never going to change. Even though I'm saying take it down, they're not, because you don't want to show your followers that you're taking the lead from somebody else. So the behavior we're going to see is never going to change. Even though I'm saying taking it down, they're not. It's going to take an effort. And if they get a letter saying taking it down, they'll ignore it. They'll push it. They'll push it. They'll make them go to work for it. They'll make them work for it. There is no respect of law. There is no respect of the judiciary system. If you think they respect the judiciary system, if you think they respect law enforcement, if you think they respect anything that has to do with right or wrong, think again. Think again. I don't know where you're going at, so you got to go. So, yeah. So if you think there's anything, I'm not for British B. I don't know who that is, but every time I click and acknowledge something like that, something come behind them. I don't know what that is. I just removed them guys because I don't know what that's about. And it seems like every time I acknowledge them, something else comes up right behind it. So I choose not to acknowledge and to remove. Uh, I didn't come here to talk about anything else. Dee Dee Austin says, good morning, everyone. So yeah, so Mary Day, you says Twitter. Yeah, there is another form of communication, because when you observe the movements, nobody moves like that without being organized. There is no such movement without being organized. It was a call, they moved, then there was a call back, and they all fell back. That's organization. That's immediate communication and organization. Pay attention to it. Good morning, Dee Dee Austin. Dee Dee says, good morning, everyone. That is complete organization. If y'all don't think they're well organized over there, fool yourself. They're organized over there. And yeah, and they're well funded. And they choose to be funded. But they want you to believe that it's something else that is not. And that's where the big narrative. They came out yesterday to push one thing: jealousy and envy of everybody else. That's the only thing they really wanted to push, and that's what they know that what motivates her organization, the people that are following her. What makes a person get that power hungry? Greed, opportunity, and it's about greed and opportunity. This probably always was a characteristic on a lower level, right? A person probably manipulated the system most of their life, manipulated people most of their life, but then got an opportunity to get a social media platform and take it to new levels. This is not something that this is probably a part of their whole life, right? Even the things that we hear spew out of their mouth about motherhood, that's something that's rooted in. So it's something that came from experience, right? And most of it, then it's spin into fantasy. Because if you're speaking to an adult that has been a mother, an adult that have experienced things in life, good or bad, that right there as an adult person should tell you something wrong. Something is wrong with that information. That doesn't make sense, especially when I done had experienced that, especially when I went through something like that, especially if my daughter is going through something like that. But then I'm going to go. Somebody sent me a text yesterday, saying that, well, you used to talk about Treese and you used to support Ross. Okay, let me say something about that. I did. Because I honestly, at the behavior at the time I was watching, didn't agree with it. And then I did find myself aligned with Ross for a moment. But then I realized, wait a minute. Hold up. This ain't what I'm for. This ain't what I'm about. This ain't what I do. No, ma'am. See, when you recognize something, when you pay attention, okay, yeah, I point out behaviors of Ellie that I didn't like. And I didn't. And I'll never change that. But do I have to ride her for the rest of my life? For next years, 2 years? Because she made a decision. So, no, I don't have to. I changed and I said I'm not going to do it. I get the right to do that. Do I get to choose my content? Yes. Roz is now content. Whether I agreed with her in the beginning, until I saw what it was, doesn't matter. I'm an adult. I get to change my damn mind. I get to open my eyes and see what I see. And when I open my eyes and it's something that I don't like, and it doesn't match where I thought I was doing something where I was, hey, you know what? Yeah, that behavior is sort of so. But now I'm like, wait a minute. You know? Tawala says, and notice, Dorothy Burns says, makes sense, Justice. Twyla says, and Justice, the ones that are coming up the rank, they are getting pages and becoming content reporters on behalf of that form of the codism. Yeah, they're sending people out, in my opinion, to defend. You have to. You have to have that organization grow. Georgia Peach says, good morning, reacts Maud and Chad. Well, good morning, Georgia Peach. You're going to see that happen. You're going to see that happen. And you think about most reasonable adults. When you hear the stuff that's coming out, when you see the things that are being done, most reasonable adults say, no, I can't ride with that. That doesn't make sense with me. I disagree. And when you can disagree to a form of, okay, wait a minute. I see what you're saying, but this is to a new level, too extreme for me. This is too extreme. This is not where I want to go. That's when you realize, hey, I don't want to be a part of this. This is not something that I'm going to do, and this is not something that I choose to do. But when you can't make that decision to recognize right from wrong, you can recognize, hey, this is wrong. This is not what I'm going to do. This is not where I wanted to go with this. This is not my plan. Yeah, that's a conscious adult. Versus an adult that is following and has linked their mind to one person. There's no one person on here that if I can't change my mind about. That's the beauty of being an adult that has an ability to change their mind about anyone. You may not agree with my content. You may agree with my content today. You may not agree with my content tomorrow. You may like me today. You may not like me tomorrow. I may like you today. I may find something I don't like about your content tomorrow. I don't always agree with every content creator. And they shouldn't always agree with me. If you're agreeing with me just for to get along, that's on you. I'm not gonna go with the go along just to get along. I ain't never been that. I ain't no kickstand. Don't set me up on a stand. No. And I'm honest about that. I'm honest. My views Your views can change. You may not, you may feel a certain way and say, you know what, I can't ride with that no more. I can't go with Justice no more. I don't really follow her anymore. She's going in a different direction, or she's doing something or saying something that I don't agree with. I should be able to say, you know what? That's what adults do. That's what we do as adults. We make decisions, conscious decisions. But when you lose the capacity to do that, and you get mad at other people that can, that's a problem. Because when we see behaviors that are out of control, misguided, and people being taken advantage of, yeah, some of us going to step up and point it out. And some of us going to carry the load and say, hey, you know what? It ain't about nothing else. It's about your morals and the things that you're doing on this YouTube channel that can affect and hurt other people. And I don't have to stand by and let you do it. If I can point and shine the light on you, that's what I'm going to do, as well as anybody can do to me. You can shine the light on me, right? If you don't like it, you feel I'm doing something wrong to be a harm or can cause problems on YouTube, you have a right to shine the light on me. You don't have to turn your ears and be, I see no evil, I hear no evil, I speak no evil. Wanda Clear says, good morning, Justice in chat. Yeah, you don't have to be that person. There are people in here that come from places that make them stand up and fight for people. I come from that place where I stand up and I'll fight for people. Sometimes people that can't fight for themselves. I come from that place. I come from that passion. I come from a place like that. So when I fight for people but nothing else but that passion in me, I ain't got nothing else. Take the dollar signs away. Whatever you think it may cost, you ain't got to put $1 in. But I will still be justice, and I will still fight for those that won't fight and probably can't fight for themselves. Always. Always have been, always will. I got something hanging inside of my face. I can feel it at the corner of my eye. So I will always be that person. I've been that before social media. I did that all my life. If I walk in the store and I seen somebody need some help, I'm on it. You know, that's just me. That's how I do. So what's different on social media? It's just that I have the ability to text and I don't know anybody. But if I see that there's an issue, it may not always be my business. Twyla says, I too supported her and spoke on LA, but I came to realize that LA is doing and taking care of her kids the best that God has given her at the moment, and only God can show her the true guidance. And you know what? I agree with you on that, Twyla. I ride with you on that part right there, because you know what was intended to be good was turning bad, and I couldn't do that. And like I said, those kids gonna be okay. They will be okay. And that's all I got to say on that. Miss Diva, it's me. It's perfectly okay to pull their coattails behind the scene. You don't have to do it in publicly. I'm for you. I'm not going to do anything to hurt you. Yeah. A lot of opportunities to help people can be done behind the scene. But a lot of times people come to the front for a reason. A lot of times you may have to pull a coattail. Let me pull your coattail first. I'll give you probably a personal, hey, listen, I need to talk to you. Second of all, I may send you an email, listen. But when you have to CC people, and y'all know when I'm talking about CC, when you have to start adding people to show people what you're doing, that's how you look at it here. Sometimes people have to come to the front. This is not something that needs to be handled in the background, because the overt actions being done in front of us. The I don't care is being done in front of us. I don't give one is doing in front of us. And then it's being supported by authority, a figure of authority. And that person is abusing their powers. When you got a person that has no care and abusing their powers and trying to use the law to find different loopholes in the law to support what they're doing, that's a problem. Because the same loophole that she's going to try to find to support the negative behavior, somebody can find to say, you know what? We ain't gonna accept that. We're gonna take this case, and then you're gonna have to try to prove to us why you think this person didn't do anything wrong. So uh, the cult is not going to change their behavior. They're not going to change based on law. They're not going to be changed based on morals. They're not going to be changed based on society's laws, morality, right? The laws of common sense, the laws of compassion. They're not going to do that. That's not what they're made of. That's not what a cult does. The cult moves on one mind and one thought only, and that is of the leader. Anything the leader says and does, whether it's right or wrong, whatever the belief may be, that's what they're going to ride with. That's what they're going to go with. You look at some of these people over here, and you think they had when you listen to them beginning, you would think, damn, they're pretty good. I used to listen to a few of those people that are in the Horsemen's. I thought they were pretty smart. But now when I look at the Horsemen, they have one agenda. They're part of the council. They're part of the council. And their agenda is to support that leader. Their agenda is to use their microphone to empower and to enforce and reinforce what the leader is saying and doing. Good morning, Ali. Miss Diva, I think I'm missing something. Where's the cult? Miss Diva, if you can fall back on some of our pages, you'll find it. If you look back on some of my pages, you'll find the cult. I'm pretty sure they've been identified throughout most of the YouTube speech of the past week. Yeah. But, yeah, and the thing about it, I wasn't the first person that called him a cult. I wasn't the first person that went and first recognized the behavior, but then I'm not the first person that went and put the information up and described what a cult is and showed you. So I described it down to a T. I described the cult behavior of the followers. I described the cult behavior with not me personally, but in my research. Describe behavior of the cult leader, the characteristic of a cult leader, the characteristic of followers, and why they follow. Everything lined up beautifully. Everything lined up beautifully. Beautifully from the scam, how the scam was set up, how people were drawn in, the numbers, everything. So, and then witness says, Twala Fields, ditto. So everything was set up. And as you watch the formation, as it started, if you watch the formation, you go, damn, this really about to happen. This really about to take place on social media. One of the words I use, and if you ever look up Lugenpress. I saw that happening. And if you go back months ago, about 3 or 4 months ago, I did a video on Lugenpress because I saw that happening. That is when you start telling people, stop following people. Don't look at them. Don't support them. Don't look at them. And then you start following people to see what they're seeing and hearing and reporting back. You remember that vision? Remember at that point in time when the cult started following people and reporting who was listening to what, who was saying what in each chat? And the cult leader was giving the information, and she was requiring the information. She was asking, if you see somebody over there, if you see this and you see that, tracking people where they were, telling people not to follow or do not listen to this. That was like Lugenpress. Lugenpress. What is Lugenpress? If you study Hitler and how Hitler came to power through Lugenpress, that's suppressing media, suppressing information, propaganda. A lot of propaganda was being used on this thing. And I didn't know it was propaganda. There was one person that was a propaganda machine, a part of the Four Horsemen. There was a lot of propaganda going on. A lot of propaganda drawing people in. So, and that's when I used the word Lugenpress, because they were trying to shut down everybody else that had opposite opinions. Anybody else that was coming in with opinions that were opposite or saying something that they didn't like, they wanted to restrict anybody else from listening, and they would say, I don't want anybody else, I'm let everybody can go where they go. But then they had information of people coming in. Oh, we saw this person in that chat, they were laughing at this chat, they were laughing over here, they were making comments over. She was getting information on where her followers were going, or at that point in time, former supporters. They were clocking people in different chats and reporting back to her. So that right there control information. Lugenpress controlled the media, propaganda. The only information going out is positive, and it'll be about me. It'll be about me. Otherwise, you don't talk about nobody else, you don't go nowhere else, you don't laugh, you don't make no comments. That was taking form right then of controlling the organization. That's how control came over. People were limited in communications. Unless they're going to say something negative to the creator about what they're saying about Roz, they can't say nothing else. If they dare talk against her, and it was found out, what happened? You were called to the council. You were called up to the platform. You couldn't say nothing negative. You had the appearance that you can go different places and make your comments, but you dare not. There was repercussion if you went out and spoke against her. People went back and told. They were following people from different platforms, watching people as they interact with other creators. And she would get the information back. So, yeah, so that's what we were witnessing. We were witnessing the formation of a strong organization, hence a cult. Ali says, so disgusting how she's getting in Rita's son. Ali, he's a minor and should be off limits. Well, the cult don't agree with that, and that's why it's still up there. The cult has come to the consensus of what they're doing is right, and they have a right to do it because they can do it. She has set the emotional piece in. We know what the emotional piece is. We got two pieces that motivate the cult. The one I will never talk about in LA. There are two pieces that will always pump the purple juice and keep them in line. That is the one thing I said I will never talk about in LA. Those are the things that keep cult in line. Alice Finch says, good morning, Justice in chat. So those are the two pieces, the emotional pieces that are attached to the cult. You got to have a cause. You got to have a reason for people to believe. You got to have a reason for people to believe in you, for people to continue to be motivated by you. And those two pieces, the one thing I said I'll never talk about in LA, if one of those pieces should fall off, they may cause a fraction. That's why she's closely come back and forth between each one. Remember, I keep telling you, there's a reinforcement piece every time she does a rant. Every time she does a rant, she ends it with LA. That fires up the base, right? And if it gets too hot, she goes to the other one. If it gets too hot and too emotional, and people really get going on these content creators really gets going, the next day is going to be about the other one. So she uses these two pieces, counter pieces, between each other to move the base, to keep the base in tight. Two subjects that will always keep that base together. The one I want to talk about in LA. So let's see here. Let me read this, guys. Real for real. I see a lot of cult-like content creators such as LA and Rita at its best. I don't see a cult-like content creator in those two. I don't. LA has a strong following, but there's something not organized about LA. You got to understand. It's organization. You got to understand what cult is in an organization. So real for you, I see what you're saying, but go read the characteristic of a cult leader. Go read the characteristics of what you're seeing. Okay? All right? But I hear what you're saying, but go read before what a cult looks like, how it's organized, and language right, you guys. She's not asking them if she's right or wrong. She's dictating their feelings. Very good, Twyla. Thank you. That's that reinforcement. Again, and I think Inclusion Guru did a good breakdown on linguistics. She got one, and guys, go look at that. That is exactly right. She's controlling them by having them follow. She controls a lot of the chat, and she used the chat for control. When you can get people to go like this, and don't even know that they're doing that, that's what she does. She used reinforcement. She knows. She's not very intelligent. She doesn't know exactly what she's doing, but then she doesn't know what to call it. But she does have that charm. She is very charming. She's very charismatic. Okay, I can't get the word out now. Charismatic, charming, same thing. She has that. She has that way of drawing people in, offsetting people, distracting. She has a way of doing that. She has the cult characteristics. She does. Well, if I'm for Roz, why would I speak against her? That doesn't make sense. It's like a friendship. If I'm here, your friend, I shouldn't be behind your back talking about you. I don't know what you're saying. Well, if I'm for Roz, why would I speak against her? That doesn't make sense. It's like a friendship. If I'm your friend, I should let me say something. I have friends that knows how to pull me back, that will yank my coattail, that will be able to tell me no. When I don't have a friend that can say you're wrong, hey, yank my coattail, and I don't want no yes people for friends. I don't need a whole bunch of yes people. I don't need somebody that's going to agree when I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, call me on it. We may not agree, but as a friend, if you can't yank my coattail and tell me, hey, what you're doing doesn't make sense, you're harming yourself, you're hurting somebody, you're hurting yourself, then what type of friend are you? And I don't not sure about people talking behind each other's back. I'm not sure. A friend doesn't talk behind each other's back. A friend will confront that friend. Annette Reagan says, good morning. Good morning, Justice. Please answer me this. Where do you find a group of people who hang up pictures and curse it? I'll wait. Virgo, where do you find a group of people that hang up pictures and curse it? Hang up pictures and curse it. Where do you find a group of people that hang up pictures? I don't know. Is that a trick question? Because you got to come clear in that. I can't. I don't answer the things I don't know what you're talking about. So come clear. Be clear. Your question needs to be much clearer, Virgo Sapphire. Okay. I can't answer that because I don't understand what you're saying. Exactly, Twyla. Lama, good morning, Justice in chat. Good morning, Lawanda. Virgo Sapphire clapping on something. I don't know what she's saying. Exactly. I agree with you. 100% of that. Okay. Jackie, good. Thank you. Jackie, good morning, Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown. I don't know. Why I seen your name before, but I'm gonna see. You might be another Jackie. But good morning, Jackie. Pull my coattail and confront me if there's something you don't agree with. I agree with you on that. Okay. Yeah, we agree. It's okay. Virgo, the cult. Okay, Virgo. You gotta put the complete. You gotta give me put everything together for me. If I'm gonna talk about it, I need it all to be together. I can't just do bits and pieces and try to do a puzzle. So I'm not able to do that. So not being disrespectful toward you, but you have to put it together for me. Emma Blakely, good morning, Justice in chat. Welcome, Emma. God's Fib, good morning, Justice in chat. Good morning. Jackie Brown says, I'm new here. Well, welcome. Twyla Fields See your new member, Tyler. Thank you. If I hadn't said thank you before, I think she's talking about them posting pics in the sister circle. Yeah, I mean, that's reinforcement. That's to remind them that they have a cause. Posting the pictures is reinforcement to remind them that they have an enemy. Remind them that they have a cause. If I put pictures up over the place in a circle, I need to remind people that these are your enemies. These are the people why I do what I do. These people are against you. They don't like you because you support me. They don't like you because they don't have anything. So when you put pictures up of people, it's a reminder. Rita Williams says, "Good morning, just ice in chat. I don't know what just ice. I am just. Oh, girl, you break the word up. Look at me, y'all, my silliness. I need to go inside to work. Good morning, Justice in chat. Rita Williams, forgive me. I didn't see it came just ice because somebody was trying to call me ice before. They say my name was Ice. Are you Ice? And I didn't know what that mean. So forgive me, Rita. I thought that was somebody coming at me again because they're trying to call me Ice. So I don't know. But yeah, the pictures are reinforcement. Any picture up there in that sister circle, any post up there in that sister circle about any content creator is to reinforce their behavior, to reinforce the hate and the dislike and the envy and jealousy. They need that up there. They're not going to take it down. Nothing in the world. They're not going to take it all. They're not going to take it down. Those pictures will remain as up there as they need it until they decide to take it down. And trust me, those pictures are needed to motivate the cult, to motivate the feelings, the negative feelings that they had to have toward every content creator out here. And I don't think everybody can see. A lot of content creators are only addressing behaviors. And just like she's addressing LA's behavior, but in a different way. You know, but let's say this again to be very, very, very clear. She's content. No matter what she thinks, no matter who she thinks she got to be talking to, she's very viable content. Ain't no shame in my game. She content. I'm going to talk about her. I'm going to talk about her behavior. I'm going to talk about the things I disagree with and find distasteful. And then I find her conversation worthy. I deem it so. And I'll talk about her till I choose not to. Now, see how that works? So that's all it is, guys. It is until I decide to move on, and I probably will. Who knows? But, it is what it is. It is what it is. They are a cult. They're a cult to be looked at. They're not to be trusted, in my opinion. They can be dangerous. Ali said, Roz is becoming more manic by the day. Her language, her behavior, the screaming, it's out of control. It's a control issue. It's a control issue. You're pointing out, Rita, they're not a good example, and in my opinion, worse than LA. I agree with you. Exactly, Justice. Sister Circle is the reinforcement ground and reminds them of what they have in common to keep them on their side. Exactly, Twyla. They are needed. Let me see what time it is. They are needed to that reinforcement. I don't know. They're not going to change. They're not going to change. The behavior that you're seeing right now is going to, remember I told you guys it's going to ramp up. It's going, as things get tighter, as more people and more lights are being shined in a direction, it's going to ramp up. It's not going to settle down. It's going to have to come back out to reinforce every so often. So the white flag is moot. They're going to come out anytime they see something shifting. It's going to be an attack. There's going to be somebody coming out. Either the attack is going to ramp up on LA, or it's going to come out and find its way back into at a content creator. Trust me. Trust me. They need that reinforcement. So don't bite and think that they're not going to come back out here and attack content creators on their own. Even if a content creator don't talk about them, they're going to find a reason. They're going to clickbait. They're going to find a reason. They're going to use one of the four horsemen. They're going to use somebody to draw that attention back to the cult for reinforcement, to the reasons why they exist. LA is the one reason, and the other thing is two reasons that they're going to keep using to reinforce that cult. She thinks people need her. And that's the lie that she tells the cult. They need me. When do anybody ever need anybody on social media? You need LA. You need LA. See, when you talk about need, you then deflect. You need LA. We don't need you. If you had any impact on anybody, we would have been flying past you. So how could you be needed when everybody's still sitting doing their thing? So think about it. Kind of be rational, right? How could you be so impactful? Who needs you? That's the point. You want to be needed, and you're not. You're just content. That's it. That's it, and that's all. You have no impact on my views. None. If you did, I'd probably be past you. But see, that's how you get it twisted. That's your rational. You can't even rationalize. You think it's about somebody wanting material things, money. We're talking about your behavior, your actions. That's what we're talking about. But you can't hear that because the cult-like behavior only allows you to hear what you see and what you hear. It only allows you to hear your words and the words of your followers. And the words they're going to say is what you say back, what you say to them. They repeat what you say. They reinforce what you say. And that's the only thing you will hear. You don't hear anything else. That's it. And that's all. And guys, I am going in. It's 9 o'clock. I thank you for your time. Appreciate everything. Thank you for becoming new members. Remember, 7 o'clock tonight, 7 o'clock Central. We will not be talking about any of this. 7 o'clock Central is about fun. It's about cocktails, beverages of your choice. Bring your coloring page, art page. I'm going to try to go StreamYard, adult coloring page, tipsy art event. Drinking cocktails and coloring adult art. Just a little bit of fun. You don't have to color. You don't have to just come in and have a good time. We always find something to talk about. Light conversation. We don't talk about, we don't talk about the cult at that time. We just have fun and we talk about things that we experience in life. We have a good conversations about anything. We don't have to talk about this. So I'll leave that here. And I see you guys on the other side. Thank you. All right, let me see. Yolanda Neo. Twilight says, have a good day. Justice, enjoy this morning. Great convo. Bye, chat. Have a good day. Okay, thank you, guys. Let's see. Welcome in, Yolanda. Gotta go. Say good morning, Justice. Love how you break it down. I missed a lot of, but still struggling with the death of my son. My condolences to you, Juan Yolanda. Not sure how Roz has time to be doing what she's doing. I understand that. Once again, my condolences. Oh, man. Yolanda Neal, welcome in. See you at 7, Alice said. Have a nice day. Says Lisa, have a good one, everybody. Goodbye.